How to overcome information overload in 5 simple steps. All day we are constantly learning new facts, information and insights about work, school, family members, or life in general. At some point in your life, you will find yourself bombarded with too much information, resulting in information overload. Once this happens, we often experience a lot of anxiety, confusion, and other negative effects on life. So, as to avoid these unwanted scenarios, it's important to learn proven ways to overcome information overload. In this video, we're going to learn 5 ways to overcome information overload. With the help of these tips, you can cut through the confusion to streamline your productivity, confidence, and happiness. How to overcome information overload in 5 steps. 1. Take a break. As soon as you notice you are experiencing information overload, it's important to take a break. Even if you are on a tight deadline or driven to understand the information, taking a minute or two to yourself can really help decrease your stress and understand the information in front of you. If you do not take a break, you will keep adding more and more information to your already overloaded mind. As a result, you will become even more stressed and overloaded to an unnecessary and boiling point reaching level. Hence, your work will likely suffer, not to mention your well-being. Of course, you shouldn't just take a break by mindlessly scrolling through your phone. Instead, you should use your break time wisely, as to fully overcome information overload. Use the following ideas to fill up the break time with rejuvenating and relaxing tasks to aid the overcoming process. This is why we have listed this as our first tip for overcoming information overload. 2. Meditate. Once you've started your information overload break, we recommend starting with meditation. Although meditating can sound scary, it's actually very simple. In its purest form, meditation simply means being in the present with yourself. Do not think of things in the past or future, and gently release ideas as they come into your mind. Meditating is really one of the best ways to overcome information overload. Studies show that it reduces stress, controls anxiety, and lengthens your attention span. In other words, it helps to tackle the negative effects of information overload while strengthening your brain so that you can better tackle the information once you're ready. 3. Breathwork. You may even want to try breathwork during your meditative practice. Breathwork is beneficial because it increases oxygen flow to your body. Furthermore, it can make meditation a bit easier if you are new to meditating in general. Using breathwork for meditation is advantageous because it gives you something to focus on. So you can use it as a training exercise that also combats information overload at the same time. If you want to meditate on your breath, we recommend starting by observing your natural breath. Then control your breath by inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, and exhaling for 7 seconds. Repeat this exercise for a set amount of time, such as 5 minutes, or whatever suits your schedule. 4. Write it out. After you are done meditating, we recommend writing it out. You can skip to this step if you either don't have time to meditate or don't feel comfortable meditating. Writing about your information overload can help you get out of your stress and anxiety while better understanding the material. Firstly, do a brain dump on the paper. This means to write out everything you can remember or that comes to mind. This includes your emotions, thoughts, memories, or connections to other ideas. This allows you to get out any ideas that are clouding your mind or making it difficult to understand the information. Once you've finished your brain dump, you can begin to organize your thoughts. For example, You might be able to learn your emotions to what you're learning or facts of the information themselves. Writing it out can really help you understand the material while still getting out your anxiety and stress. 5. Identify what matters. Finally, the last tip to how to overcome information overload is to identify what matters. You can either do this in your head, or you can write it down on paper. We highly recommend using this with the brain dump method because it can help you visually see where you are going and what you care about. One of the most common issues for information overload is not understanding what information matters. People become overloaded by unimportant information, which distracts them from the important information. You can identify what matters by asking yourself what the 3 biggest takeaways are. For example, let's say you get an excessive email that is always overwhelming. Ask yourself to write down 3 bullet point takeaways. This can help identify what matters so that you don't get hung up on minor details. Final thoughts. As amazing as our brains are, they come with a limit. It's important to know whenever you feel like you are experiencing information overload so that you can nourish your mind and body, as well as understand the information properly. More so, it's more important to know how to overcome information overload. We always recommend taking a break and filling that time break with meaningful activities that can help to calm your nerves and strengthen your brain. You can try meditation, breathwork, writing it out, and prioritizing what matters. For best results, use all of these tips together.